Alright, welcome back to the FIFA 22 career mode with Real Sociedad's B team. Things may look slightly different from last season. That is because this is actually not the same save. I had to go back and redo it because there was a certain mod that was just, for whatever reason, giving Real Sociedad Villarreal's badge and kits. I mean, the squad was alright. Like, I did check and everything. It was the right squad, just not the right, like, cosmetics. It was really weird. Anyways, it's fixed now. I just redid the season, and for the most important players, I made sure to copy down their stats, so I knew exactly what they looked like. So every single, like, important player, Papaga, Hoyland, you can see he's -1. I had to actually bring him down because he had a better season in this new save than the last save. Karakaburu actually got transferred to Everton midway through last season, and I had to sim one day, bring him back really quickly, fix his stats. But Paga was a little lower than last season. You know, I just sorted it all out. Some players didn't leave like last time. Some players did leave, unlike last time. Like, I think we had a different right back at some point. Either way, it's all fine. I would have sold them at some point anyways. But here we are in Season 2, and that mod also changed some things with the transfer budget and just, like, the prices and everything. I think it was supposed to be more realistic, but either way, we have a lot more budget this season to work with. My transfer hub has been reset, but that is not a problem. One last thing I want to quickly highlight is the youth player. This guy is not technically exclusive to the save. He is, you know, different from the last save, but there was a player with around this potential, and actually it was a bit better in the old save. I just never highlighted it, which I do kind of regret, but he's a little older. I think he's about a year older than the last one. Either way, this is the youth player that will do really well for us. He's left mid. He's perfect positioning. Love to see that. But we're going to ignore that for now. And I'm actually going to explore a different option at left mid. And it's the guy I was confusing with for Duranville, Kwadwo Ba, who I love using in this game. This is the guy I used in career mode. Not Duranville. Not in this game, at least. Duranville was in FC24. So I'm not sure how I mixed those two up. But Ba's a great player. Wouldn't be a bad option, to be honest, on the left. We do have that youth player, though, so probably not my #1 choice right now. Honestly, we have most of the attack locked down. The youth player comes in, he develops, perfect. We got 2 decent strikers at decent potential. We even have a good left back. I've seen that. He's got great potential. So really, we should just focus on the defense. So center backs, right backs, and the cam isn't really necessary, but honestly, I love finding, like, wonder kid cams, like cams that are just beyond this world good. So I might be on the lookout for one of those as well. But for now, let's just look for some center backs, just defenders in general, see what we can find out there. Actually, the first center back that comes to mind to me is Noah Mbamba, who is an amazing talent in this game. Only 17 years old. He's 16 at the beginning of the game. Gonna shortlist him, probably scout him. I don't know his price in this season, especially with the adjusted prices, and also just haven't played this game in years, so I don't remember their prices by heart, but that's a great option there. Another good option, if he hasn't gone too out of price range, is Mickey van de Ven. Nearly spelled his name wrong there. But that could be another option. I'm not sure how expensive he is at this point, but could be decent. Another decent option would be Gvardiol, who I think is actually really expensive in this game, but we'll have a look anyways. You never know. Sometimes you can get them on a decent deal. Really quickly, I'm not going to sign any of them, but I do want to see if there's any regens available. There's also just regular free agents, which I could totally sign, and I would not be opposed to doing that, but I did not check for anyone that retired last season. And honestly, if I don't see any immediately... Ooh, this guy looks good for a free agent, you know, but I doubt he would join a second division team. That is one of the issues. This guy looks like a regen. I mean, they're all regens, essentially, in the free agent pool. But anyways, I'm going to continue looking for center backs. Gonna let this scout report come in for all 3 players, Mbamba, Van de Ven, and Gvardiol. See who I can afford. Maybe look for Alejandro Balde, convert him to a right back. That might be a decent idea. So yeah, I'll see you in a second when the scout reports are ready for those players, and maybe I can look for some more as well. Okay, so the scout reports have come back in. Not fully, but we at least know the prices for some of these players. Van de Ven, 3.2 million. Not bad. 2.2 for Mbamba. Another decent deal. 25, way out of the price range. And Balde, only 3 mil, can pay his release clause for 6 million, but I'd rather save a bit of money. Speaking of money, we have extra money now because we actually won the preseason tournament. 3-4 on pens, or 4-3 on pens, so that was quite nice. Very happy to see that. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and send offers for all 3 of these players. Mbamba, Van de Ven, and Balde. Hopefully I can secure them all. I might sim just a day or two just to see their overalls, to make sure I'm making the right decision here. And then maybe send out some of our current center backs to make some more money, make room in the squad. Because when you have too many people in the squad, it just doesn't really go that well. Oh, there was some offers that I was not paying attention to. That's my bad, but we'll get more as the season progresses. So, got both Mbamba and Van de Ven here. Not sure how much they're paid in wages. So, I'm going to sign these guys first, and then we'll have a look to see if we can also afford Balde, and then convert him into a right back, because he would fit perfectly in the squad. Alright, so Van de Ven was a little more expensive than I'd like, but he was about £20,000 a week. Just played it safe there. He gets paid about 16k at his other club. And Mbamba was very cheap, £2,000, and I probably could have gone for under that, but he looks amazing. Potential to be special. Just beautiful for a center back. Gonna really focus on getting his defensive stats up. So probably just defensive center back for him. As for Van de Ven, probably also defensive, so we can keep that pace up. 72 pace is a disgrace for this guy, considering how pacey he is in real life. Actually, I think I'm going to increase stopper. Just looks really good. You know, Van de Ven in real life, pretty strong guy. You know, hamstrings are made of glass sometimes, but other than that, physically strong. But with this leftover money, can definitely sign Balde. Have plenty of money to sign this kid. And I'm very happy because we don't have to skip negotiations. We can just go ahead and offer probably around £4 million for this guy. There you go, £4 million. Xavi says yes. Weird to see Xavi as the manager. Totally forgot about that. Currently being paid quite a hefty amount. Will make him crucial. And I will pay him £13,000 with a £20,000 bonus. And he is happy with that. And I think that is our signings for the season. We still got leftover money. So if someone catches my eye sometime during the next window, I'll make sure to pick him up. But right now, we look great. Gonna start both Van de Ven and Mbamba. Want both of them to grow. And then more than likely get rid of Arambari and Gonzalez, our old starters, just so that there's no confusion with who's starting to the CPU, which tends to happen a lot. And I don't want happening in this sim because it is honestly very annoying. Same thing with Lavia, but Lavia does need a bit of backup, you know, the sole CDM, so gonna leave that there for now. But yeah, gonna sell those center backs probably, let Van de Ven and Mbamba play their game, and then hopefully that is good enough. Exciting prospect from Balde, switch him to right back, it'll be fine. Anyways, yeah, not much else for me to do right now. If someone catches my eye midway through the season, I'll jump in for the winter transfer window, and I'll probably try to scoop up whoever I like. Right now, though, the squad looks okay. I mean, we've got most of the squad already sorted out for the future. Got a really young squad here. The only other thing that I could honestly get is just a proven goalkeeper, just so I can send out my promising goalkeeper on loan, because loans are actually quite decent in these games. You know, especially when you go from one season to the other, they're like overall will jump like 3 or something. Just sometimes. I'm not sure if it's a bug or something, but seems to happen a lot. But yeah, squad for the future looks pretty good. That defense looks solid, and Mbamba will grow beautifully. Van de Ven will hopefully grow beautifully. Young squad ready to take on La Liga Smart Bank, well, La Liga B again, and see how they do this time. So with that said, I'll see you whenever, whether it's next window or if it's at the end of the season. So I'll see you then. Actually, one last thing before I go to the end of the season. I am promoting this guy to the senior team because I'm a little afraid that he will just leave the youth academy midway through the sim. So I'm going to promote him. Hopefully he plays. Maybe send him out on loan for now because our left mid spot isn't that bad either way. So yeah, just making sure he doesn't leave the academy whilst the game is simming because it won't stop me for any of those things. So yeah, now I'll see you in a bit. All right, so it is the January transfer window. And there's one position I would like to find. CDM. I would like to have the opportunity to just clear out the CDM room, clear out the midfield room. No center mids, no CDMs. I don't want any of them. Just so I can sign another one and have this one and Lavia just rotating over and over again. Two promising players that I can rely on. Now, Moises Caicedo is not very highly rated in this game. Obviously, in real life, one of the best DMs in the world right now. It's hard to argue with it. You know, there's not much you can say. Enzo Fernandez, similar position. Not as good in real life, in my opinion. But very highly rated in this game. And here's another one. Pop Matarsar. Great player for us in real life. And he's quite cheap. 8 million. I can afford that 9.5. Already a 74 overall coming in. I can definitely afford it. You know, I can afford his wages and everything. So I'm thinking I go for Sar here. Caicedo wouldn't be the worst option ever. He is only 21. Dynamic potential is great in this game, and I wouldn't really mind it that much. It's very cheap, but the issue kind of is just, I don't know who else I would sign. Our squad is performing decently. Almost everyone's a 70 overall already. This is like a stark difference to FIFA 12, where I was like 3 seasons in and everyone was still terrible. That's because it's just a lot easier to purchase in this game, especially due to the fact that this is only La Liga B. It's not that bad down here. But yeah, Balde's been growing. Gomez has been growing, Papaga, even this Martin guy. But our left mid main option is out on loan. I would like to see how he's doing, to be honest. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's coming back and he is an immediate starter. Wow. But yeah, I'm thinking I go for Sar. Caicedo wouldn't be a bad option. Sar is going to start almost every game. Gonna have a look at his stamina. This isn't something I do in modern games, but now that I've played the older games, it does kind of matter. So let's have a look where his stamina is. 67. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I think it's perfect because he'll get tired over time. Maybe I run a training only plan, so they are pretty tired, but their form is up. I'm not really sure if that'll work. But yeah, I'll send an offer, see if we can secure this. If it falls through, Caicedo's a decent fallback. He's around the same overall as Lavia, and I think the dynamic potential could help him out quite a bit. All right, and the deal's gone through. Paying Sar £25,000 a week cost us about £9.2 million. And he will be starting for the most part over. Although he is technically out of position right now, he does have that secondary position of CDM. So switching him over to CDM should not be an issue at all. And welcome to the team, showing great potential. He looks pretty solid already. Yeah, CDM shouldn't take too long. I mean, it looks like it'll take 30-ish weeks, but hopefully, you know, it doesn't take that long. Either way, team looks really solid. Almost everyone is a 70 overall. The left will be amazing next season. And honestly, debating that at some point during this career mode, I just switched to something different, like a 4-2-3-1, play 2 CDMs instead, and I can play both Lavia and Sar, and then I just play 1 striker with wingers and everything. It could work, honestly, and just make Højlund and Karakaburu just, you know, back and forth. It could work, especially because the striker does run out of stamina quite a bit, and I like these 2 strikers a lot. So yeah, I don't know, could be a thing maybe next season after that, but I do think at some point I will switch to that type of formation. Anyways, let me sim to the end of the season. I mean, we can check really quickly right before I sim. 10th right now on the table, so a lot better. I don't mind sitting in mid-table mediocrity for now, because I think next season we're just going to explode, get like 2nd, 3rd, maybe even 1st. And yeah, so I'll see you at the end of the season. Hopefully everything's good, you know, no huge injuries, nothing like that. And yeah, so I'll see you then. All right, so this is the end of the season, but it looks like we have a cup game. Not sure if... Oh, God, we're in the promotion playoffs. I don't want to go up yet. Do I think we could stay up in this current state? Yeah, I absolutely do. And sorry, boss. Hate being subbed. Bro, honestly, it's not my fault. Don't chat to me about that. Great progress. I'll give you a new contract. Every single time, man. These players who don't even start giving you... Oh, he's joining a different team. Yeah, I don't care. Like I said, I like these 2 strikers quite a bit. And as long as the CPU does not sell them, I'm chilling. The main 11 are happy, and that's making me happy. Sar is looking great. As for the CDM, did not really check in midway through the season to switch it, but there it is. It works now. Lavia has been playing, I'd assume. I mean, I can check the stats really quickly because we're at the end of the season. Before I check the stats, though, a little bit of an edge there. Sorry about that, but I do want to look at the table before anything. I'd assume we're like 6th or something because obviously no instant promotion. Yeah, we're literally 6th. We've just scraped by to get into playoffs. So hopefully we don't win. I wouldn't mind a win, to be honest. I don't think it would be that bad. But, you know, it's not really necessary to go into La Liga A, you know. But yeah, now let's look at the stats for all of our players. 43 appearances for Ayesa, 74 overall now, 9 clean sheets. Solid. Lopez, our cam, up to a 77 overall. 13 goals, 8 assists. Nicely done. Balde with 4 goals. +7 on the season. Karakaburu, I think I gotta just call him John at this point. John has grown 4 overall, scoring 18 goals with 3 assists. Very nice. Mickey Van de Ven has scored himself 2 assists, growing 5 on the season. Gomez up 6 overall, 1 goal. That's good. Here's a CDM that plays over Lavia a lot, up to a 69 overall. Probably just gonna sell him at this point. Should have done that earlier, but forgot to be honest. Højlund with only 36 appearances, probably because of stamina, 71 overall. Rodriguez, 35 appearances, probably over Mbamba for whatever reason. Don't know why, because Mbamba I think Mbamba's starting to play more now, but also his stamina might not be that great. Either way, 67 overall for him. 5 and 5 for our main backup striker, up to a 68 overall. Decent. Sola, who should be our main left midfielder. 1 goal, 7 assists. Pretty good for a left midfielder. Mbamba, up 4 overall to a 70 overall now. No GAs, though. Wilbapaga, 72 overall now. 2 goals, 2 assists. Very nice. Javi Martin, who is leaving. 7 goals, 1 assist. Decent, I guess. Another Martin, Ander Martin. 4 goals, 2 assists. Okay. Lavia, up 4 overall now. Solid. 1 assist from him. Sar has played 17 games, scoring 2 goals, 2 assists. Very nice. But that is the stats for this squad. Let me fix this, because I definitely did not notice that we got the wrong left midfielder in there. But yeah, the entire squad is now 70 overall. Literally no one is below it. I'm starting to feel like this might end very, very soon. But we play A-Bar in the first round. Pakarni is happy we're selling him. Glad we agree, bro. We just don't need you anymore. But yeah, a bit of a tired squad here. Tired legs, but I believe in them. But I don't mind if they lose, to be honest. So A-Bar, this is the first round, right? I don't know how the Spanish playoffs work. I assume it's the same as the English playoffs. So if this is the first round, deadlock, 2-2, solid game. Second round against A-Bar coming up here. Not much time for rest, but we are fully recovered. They are not entirely recovered, and we will see what happens here. Aggregate 5-3, beating them 3-1 in the second leg, with Karakaburu's bagging one. Sar bagging one in the 3rd minute. Nicely done. And that's that. We're on to the finals. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. Oh, no, we're not on to the finals. Okay, we're good. Just the semis. No, wait, this is the finals. They have 2 legs for the finals? How weird. No? Is that not, like, really weird? Again, draw in the first leg. Got a transfer offer for Pakarni. He can leave. Honestly. Bournemouth, you know, that's a decent offer. Hope he enjoys the Prem. Actually, are Bournemouth in the Prem in this game? I have no idea. But this is the final of all finals. Final leg. Lopez is tired. Van de Ven is tired. Balde's tired. But I don't care. We're going to play with this squad. Will we win? I don't know. Kind of hope not. But this is exactly how it happened in FIFA 12 when we won the playoffs a little too early. And honestly, not the greatest thing, but we'll see. Quick simming now, and we went to pens. Okay. Hoyland scores, and so does Balde, of all people. Interesting. What happens now? Bit of a loading screen. And big reveal. Doesn't say anything. Real Sociedad in 3-5-4. Okay, we've lost. Wow. Lopez left the stadium early because we subbed him off apparently too early. 3-5-4 final defeat. I don't even know what that means. Just a game bugging out. We must have lost in pens. We can have a look at the fixtures. It will show. It should show somewhere around here. Oh, no, wait. No. There's away goal rules in this tournament. What kind of stupidity? Who designed this? I really hope that either this is not accurate to real life or they've just gotten rid of this. Who puts 2 legs in a final? It's a final, not first game of 2 finals. Like, I get it. Some sports, you know, basketball does 7 games for a final. Baseball does 7 games as well, I think. But, like, you know, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense for football. Even American football doesn't do 2 legs for a final. It just seems weird. Not only that, the away goal rule. I think they've just completely abolished it everywhere, so I don't think it applies anymore. But what a stupid rule. I don't really mind it, but what a funny way to lose. But yeah, we lost to away goals of all things. So, yeah, we're just gonna stay down here for a bit. I don't know why he's mad he got subbed off, to be honest. Sure, he could have scored, but also he was like the most tired player in that team. He's still tired. I see. Did Sar play that game? I'm not sure. He might have. Either way, that's the end of the season. Nearly went up to La Liga Santander, but just wasn't meant to be, I guess. So, I mean, I don't really mind it. I think it's fine for us. I'm just looking at some players here. Don't really need a striker, but Santiago Jimenez, pretty decent talent, especially in this game. So yeah, decent season for us. Just growth. Lots of growth this season, and I love to see that. Very excited for our left midfielder to come back next season. We can get rid of this guy, and this guy should start. Or we can get rid of this guy, let this guy be the backup. Wouldn't mind that either. Yeah, with that all said and done, thank you for watching the video as always. If you did enjoy, look forward to the next FIFA 22 video, or check out any of my other career modes that I've done in case you haven't watched those. But yeah, thank you again, and I'll see you later.